Hi, this is Camille of Good Design Bad Design, and today I'm going to be talking about my experiences while looking for an office chair. This is an update to my Mia review video in which I reviewed the Mia and then returned it. Okay, so I found two things. One of them that was the chair is too heavy, and the other one was that back of the chair would not meet my back. There was a couple things I found out since then. You can actually find the weight on some office chairs listed on the website of their manufacturers or sometimes on Amazon. So I do want to do a disclaimer that the packing materials do weigh something, like that does contribute to the weight. But there are chairs like the Aeron by Herman Miller that are substantially lighter than what is said for Steelcase. So that's just something to consider, is that not all chairs will weigh the same, some will be lighter, and sometimes that's just because of cheaper materials as well. So I did want to talk about the backrest here. Now I guess you're technically supposed to sit in more of a 100-degree angle versus in the 90-degree. So something I'm going to be looking for is a feature called forward tilt. The forward tilt actually tilts the seat forward, so instead of putting pressure on your back, that sounds like a better fit just because I tend to want to lean forward. I did go to a place where they were selling used chairs, and I found a chair that's called the Very by Haworth, and that chair just fit better. I found that I just sat in the chair and the back of the chair just met my back and that it was a good fit. And I realized that I need a chair that's for a petite person. So I'm actually 5'2", so I'm not very tall. And I think that might be part of my issue in finding an office chair. So I did test out quite a few of them, but what I was finding was that I was gravitating towards smaller chairs that better fit my frame. I did also want to talk about a chair I found at the used chair place. There's a chair probably from the 90s, and it was amazing how adjustable it was. And so you don't necessarily have to find a newer chair. It's just what I recommend that if you are going to a place and testing out chairs, even a used chair place, that just finding what really fits, what feels comfortable. I was finding that different chairs had different firmness and that some of them would have these really thick cushions, and I just didn't really like that. That just wasn't a good fit for me. And some of them I felt were made for somebody who's much larger than myself, which is great for them, but I just found that I was in the seat. It felt like it was actually contoured to fit somebody who is larger than myself. I can see why the Aeron by Herman Miller is as popular as it is, because the Aeron by Herman Miller has 3 sizes. So they have an A, B, and a C, and those sizes actually will correlate to your weight, height. Depending on your body type, you can find a chair that's for you. Also the build quality. Those chairs are just built to last as well. So I actually recommend going to a used chair place or to a place where you can test out chairs before purchasing. I do want to give a little bit of a heads up if you're looking at a place where they sell a used chair or you're looking for used chairs on the secondhand market. So since I tried the Very by Haworth and I found that the chair is a good fit, I did look online and I found that there can be some quality issues with this chair. And so I reached out to Haworth. So they actually sent me over to one of their sellers, and I just wanted to say that if you're buying through Haworth directly, you're not going to have to worry about the parts with their warranty. Probably majority of the chairs I've looked at, those warranties don't transfer over. I think the only one I know of that doesn't mention transferring the warranty is Herman Miller. You know of a YouTuber who got a warranty for his Herman Miller and it was secondhand. So that is something just to consider, is that there is an option for Herman Miller to get that warranty to transfer over, but majority of the chairs you're kind of stuck with the chair, and if it's a chair that's going to have problems like it sounds like possibly the Very does, that's just something to consider. So I'm waiting at this point to see if it's a good idea to buy the secondhand, if it's worth it when it comes to replacing parts, or if I should just buy it new and have the warranty take care of me if I ever have an issue. So I also wanted people to be aware that there are restocking fees for some of these companies. So out of the bigger names I've been hearing, here are some that don't have restocking fees. And that's going to be Herman Miller, Steelcase, Haworth, and Autonomous. There are other companies out there, but those are the main ones that you're going to hear about. So there is a startup called Branch, and I just wanted people to know that if you do go with this company, they do charge a restocking fee. And especially with my experience of having trouble finding an office chair, I wouldn't recommend getting one of those chairs unless you're able to actually go to their showroom. So I also want to briefly talk about that I did research some chairs that a physical therapist had recommended through YouTube. One of them was Office Master, or I think now they're going by OM, but there is a restocking fee if you purchase from Office Master. The interesting thing is that I actually couldn't really find it on the website, so I actually ended up calling them to find out that they did charge that fee. And when I talked to Office Master, it was 25% or more depending on the office chair. So that is even a little bit than what I remember Branch charging for the restocking fee. They do have some physical locations, are more of like they do have places where they're selling the chair and you can test it out. So if you go to a place and you're able to test out the chairs and see, okay, well this one works for me, then that would definitely be an option if you want to go down that route. So I found that when looking at the Office Master website and trying to configure a chair, that it wasn't as easy as using the Steelcase or the Herman Miller chair configure settings. When you're trying to configure the chair, it was not user-friendly. So you would select it, but the chair wouldn't change itself, so you couldn't get an idea of like how the colors would look together. Not that the colors are completely accurate, but it's good to have some sort of idea, and that's something that Office Master wasn't offering. I also found the way that you had to kind of select the different options a little bit more difficult than what I was hoping for. So I think the other issue is that it wasn't clear what the specific options, like what the benefits of were of the different options. Like you can like select it on the side of it. It wasn't very user friendly for the average person to select their chair and pick it out themselves. So I hope you found this video helpful. I will definitely keep you all updated on what I find out and what I decide to go with. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. All right, see ya.